Last time on Dragon Ball Super Heart Story. 4 years before the events of Super Dragon Ball Heroes, Heart set up shop at a bandit hideout called Point Central, a city-sized planet hidden away in a pocket dimension to evade the prying eyes of the gods. Ironically, Spades, his older sister, would alert him that she crossed paths with someone who really wanted to meet him. That someone would turn out to be Zeno himself. Although Hearts has no idea who the childlike being truly is, he does have an ominous feeling about him and is unable to read his intentions, as he can everyone else. After getting to know each other, it's revealed Zeno is just a fan of Hearts after watching him fight in the arena and wants to see more, leading our focal character to come face to face with a young demon by the name of Few. Meanwhile, the Grand Priest, or Grand Minister, calls upon various destroyers and warriors to find the ruler who has been missing for several days now. This video is part 3 of an ongoing series. Catch up fully using the link in the description. In the fighting area, after witnessing Few make impressive work of his previous opponent, Hearts demands he challenge the demon next. But first, the opposing warrior wants to know who this guy even is. He just kind of jumped out of the stands into the ring. Keeping it short, our protagonist simply tells him his name is Hearts. Pressing, Few then questions what he wants, leading our anti-hero to explain he can read people's hearts, hence the name, and he can't stand liars. He will tear him down and discover what his true intentions are. What Hearts refers to as Few's previous fight with Sagambo, the demon healed his adversary, claiming his participation here was merely for fun. In fact, he can feel Few is up to something malevolent. But unfortunately, while the demon is sorry to disappoint, the truth is, he expended all of his energy on the previous match. It wouldn't be a very fair fight. They can face off another day if he wants. And this time, he isn't lying. The warrior really is sapped of power. While he really wants to find out what's going on with this mysterious new patron of Point Central, he has to admit he does want their interaction to be on equal grounds. Before they part, Few does have a favor to ask, since Heart seems much more talented than the majority of people here. When he's interrupted by Zeno calling out to his friend. The deity merely inquires of his buddy if they're leaving soon. To the shock of Few, he doesn't know who this little brat is, but he didn't feel him approaching. Actually, he can't sense him at all. Hearts explains to Zeno that the evening has only just begun. There are still a lot of fights after the final, but they're more considered friendly fights. Now growing visibly nervous, the demon lets out an uncomfortable chuckle to request a meeting at the World's End pub tomorrow. There, they can chat and get to know each other. Hearts reluctantly agrees, though warns, even at the slightest suspicious move, he will make him regret it. The remainder of the arena battles were an opportunity for new fighters to promote themselves. Many faces we recognize from a particular spin-off of the franchise. Zeno and Hearts attended many of them. Warriors gathered from the 4 corners of the universe to be present. As the night raged on, Zeno could not. The god of all falls asleep in the stands during the constant action. Deciding it's about that time, Hearts picks him up to head home for the evening. Before he unexpectedly jolts awake in amazement of the night sky, all stricken by the infinite beauty of the cosmos. Hearts taken quite off guard. The child beams with excitement at the sight before him. Taking hint the day may not be over after all, Hearts knows of an even more beautiful place. They can go right now if he wants. Hypnotized by the exhilaration, of course he wants to. With a snap of the fingers, his friend ushers a hexahedron. Zeno's confused. A box? His quote-unquote elder has to explain it's kind of a spaceship actually. Then reminding Point Central is a location which escapes the surveillance of the gods. It can only be accessed through breaches that connect the various universes, just like the one right ahead. The pair traverse forward to find themselves in Universe 12, one of the few realms that did not have to participate in the Tournament of Power. This is due to their high mortal level, also home to the god of destruction known as Jin. Hearts tells how this is his own native universe. This is where he comes from. Confused, Zeno asks, "It is? Well, it's ugly," causing his pal to let out a hearty laugh. This isn't the place he wanted to show him. It's just a few minutes from here. They're going to the planet where he used to go on vacations with Spades when they were kids. As they land on the world below, Zeno is ecstatic to discover plants. Gazing around, the floor is beautiful. After sightseeing a little bit, Hearts has a question for his companion. Where are his parents? Who takes a solid second to think about this, before predictably and happily stating he doesn't know, which doesn't even surprise Hearts at this point. Regardless, he himself would very much so like to see his own parents again one day. They all disappeared along with his entire race because of the god of destruction of this universe. They had played with the rules of time and suffered the consequences. He and Spades escaped the Destroyer because their parents had sent him here. After that, they fled to Point Central to escape all gods. As he notices, the little guy has fallen back asleep. So for real this time, Hearts supposes it's time to go home before nightfall. They reboard the hexahedron and head off. However, a particular god of destruction happens to be aware of this little visit, and he takes interest in the whereabouts of this Point Central. At the World's End pub, the next day, as agreed, Hearts meets with Few, asking what he wants to talk about. Bluntly, the demon states he needs his power, prompting our protagonist to inquire further. Few would like Hearts to come with him to receive a very special item. It is the quote, universal seed. It could cause harm against the gods. And having his grudge against the deities, Hearts wants to know more. The universal seed is a seed that stores energy. With a sufficient quantity, it transforms itself into a tree and can give birth to an entire universe. But it can also merge with a host who would receive such immense power it could destroy a universe. But above all, compete with a god of destruction. Amazed such things exist, Hearts supposes there's a problem in getting it if Few insists on his aid. And there is. This seed is held by the survivor of the Glass People, a really powerful warrior. Hearts assumes he needs him to get this seed, right? Which is the case. This woman, Lags, won't let it be easily stolen. Few himself doesn't stand a chance alone. Standing, Hearts agrees to help, but points out it's strange that a brat like him would know so much. What exactly is he trying to do? With a big grin, the demon assures simple research is his only goal. It is an interesting subject, isn't it? Sending him flying, Hearts growls he not be taken for an idiot. As he said before, he can read his heart and knows he's lying. What he hates most after the gods are liars, so he better tell the truth. Trying to break free and hold his own, Hearts is having none of it. Now threatening if he doesn't answer, he will pay with his life. As a voice calls out for him to stop. Making some kind of attempt to halt Hearts, he admits he didn't know they had mastered this kind of power. But it won't be enough. Reaching out. It's his sister, who pleads that he not do this. Scoffing, he insists she's way too nice. When Zeno looks up at him with a bewildered expression, he didn't know Zeno was here, a mere child in his eyes. Few is aggravated to see that it's that kid again. Almost as if to set a good example, Hearts apologizes, telling the demon he lost his temper. However, his sister continues to take exception to his behavior. He said he was coming here to talk, not kill a kid. Though Few admits it's partially his own fault, resolving to explain the entire truth. He reveals himself to be the son of Toa and Mira, two powerful warriors from the demon realm. He's looking for the reason of his existence in this world, and for that reason, he conducts many experiments which require a lot of energy. Energy he collects from the four corners of the universe. Which tracks for Hearts, and is also a bit creepy. With a blast overtaking the area, Hearts asks everyone if they're alright. And for the most part, they seem to be. With god-tier deductive skills, Few theorizes there may be something going on outside the bar, prompting our protagonist to go check it out. Zeno remains silent, but hones in on the situation as well. Facing his aggressors, Hearts demands to know the meaning of this, and is met with what appears to be a battalion of warriors. When questioning what they want, one bellows for him to give up the child. But ever the confident warrior, Hearts regrets to inform he must decline his request. Almost instantaneously downing them all, he wants to know why they want Zeno. However, the apparent leader grunts he will never tell. And if that's the way he wants it. Before he's interrupted by a familiar cackling, inquiring if these types of antics is what Point Central is all about. Jin. With a cocky smirk, he utters to Hearts it's been a long time. You can't help but wonder how this is possible. Point Central is supposed to be hidden away from the gods themselves. How did he make his way here? With Universe 12's God of Destruction invading the bandit hideout, will he seek to finish his original goal in extinguishing all of Hearts' race? Or will Zeno, who he also seeks, intervene to save his new friend?